Our region's business is sponsored by PNC Bank, solutions that help you achieve your goals in life. PNC, leading the way. And by Heffron Tillotson, a history of meticulous wealth management since 1948. Our region's business, innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, Opportunity Asia, engaging Vietnam. And a flight to Paris opens a gateway to Europe. But first, Wednesday. It's become an annual tradition for the PRA Partnership, economic development practitioners from across our region that tally up their closed deals and total capital investment across 10 counties of southwestern Pennsylvania. Tom Brown represents one of those deals. He's communications manager of Elliott Company. And DeWitt Peart is president of the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, an affiliate of the Allegheny Conference, which co-produces this program. Welcome. Good to see both of you. Welcome back, Dee. Yeah, Elliott, we were saying before we went on, got to be one of the biggest, most interesting, unknown companies in southwestern Pennsylvania. You've been part of the business community for a century, though.
That's right. We've been in Jeanette, out near Greensburg, for 100 years. And it's interesting you say that our president always likes to say that we're one of the best-known, best-kept secrets in western Pennsylvania. We're not really well-known here, but if you talk to anybody in the oil and gas, refining, petrochemical, power businesses, almost anywhere in the world, and Elliott's a very familiar name.
Okay, roots go back then to when we really were the capital of the oil and gas industry a century or more ago, right? Well, so, but that would seem to be, even in a recession, a pretty good business to be in, because energy still seems to be holding up okay.
Well, we are, as you say, in some respects in the energy business. And with what's going on in the world, with the growth of markets like China and India and Russia and many others, energy has a very strong future ahead of it. Now, we're a little cautious. We're watching what's going on right now, but we had an excellent year last year. We're going to have a good year this year. We're watching what's going on, and it may not be quite as strong through the, right now, maybe through the rest of the year, but we really expect in the next year or so things are going to recover, and we've got a bright future. Okay,
and that's led to an expansion right here in our region.
Well, that's true. We have expanded out. We had a shop in Denora, a service shop, which also housed our packaging business. You don't take our equipment. We make big turbines, big compressors. You don't just take it and plug it in. They need to be packaged with other components, other systems, and we do that work in Denora, both for ourselves and for other manufacturers. We had both businesses, the packaging business and the shop, together in one location, about 100,000 square feet in Denora, and it was getting pretty cramped. So we are moving the packaging business to Bell Vernon, to the I-70 Technical Center, and that'll be about 140,000 square feet. And with that expansion, it's going to give us the opportunity to really grow both businesses. We'll now have more room in Denora, so we can expand our service business there, and we'll have plenty of room in Bell Vernon to expand our packaging business as well.
Wow, one of those win-win-wins, 3 locations
so, yeah.
right here in our region. And just one example, Dia, what was going on here last year?
Last year, right. Again, well-kept secret. The last 2 years we've been tallying the wins across the region, the 10 counties of southwestern Pennsylvania. Last year we had 290 wins. 250 of those were what we call investment projects, capital investment made by companies, and about 33 of those projects were development projects. So, for example, a speculative building being built by a developer, we consider that a win because it's an investment in the region, becomes an asset that we can market to companies. And so the performance last year, 290 wins, was comparable to 2007.
Which was a big year.
Which was a big year, right. It was, we had 308 wins in 2007, so comparing the 2 years, Pittsburgh fared fairly well. Again.
But the investment numbers were really doubled year over year, and they had jumped from the year before to get to 07.
2007, the investment numbers were about $1.7 billion. Last year, $4.2 billion in capital investment, and the development projects were another $1.5 billion. So considerable investment, and these are announcements. So these are projects that are coming online. So we won't see the jobs necessarily show up in 2008. It'll be 2009, 2010, but the job impact from these investments is about 30,000 jobs.
Wow, over time.
Over time, yeah. Right. And so, for example, Elliott, the last couple of years, has created 300 jobs, right? These projects end up happening over time. You know, what we're looking for is prospectively 30,000 jobs in the Pittsburgh region as a result of the investments announced last year.
Pretty amazing when we hear that there are almost 21,000 jobs open right now in southwestern Pennsylvania despite the recession.
Absolutely. As you know, Bill, we have our online database of jobs, imaginemynewjob.com, and there are 21,000 plus jobs available in southwestern Pennsylvania as we speak.
What about you? I mean, even in the recession, I mean, given the expansion, is Elliott still looking for talent?
We are. We need talent. One of the reasons we've been successful here in western Pennsylvania is because we've been able to find the kind of talent we need. We need talent in several different roles. Our equipment is very highly engineered, so we need very good engineers. We find them here. Look at the educational base you find in western Pennsylvania. We also need very highly skilled workforce in the plants. We need highly skilled welders, machinists, assemblers, testers. That's led to a venture that we launched last year with Westmoreland County Community College, where we actually have a collaborative program with them where their students get credit for a training program we actually conduct at Elliott on our facilities with our equipment. And so people come in and we help train them in the welding skills we need, the assembly skills we need. It's really a win-win situation, again, for us and for people attending Westmoreland County Community College.
That's great. So you get to see the students as they're learning and then pick them up if they make sense and you have the opening at the time.
That's
right. Perfect. I mean, really an interesting story, and it's one that's getting some national attention as well, right?
Absolutely.
The PRA, our region, has turned up now on a national ranking as a result of all this?
Site Selection Magazine, which is the magazine for real estate executives, ranked the Pittsburgh region as number 7 in terms of activity last year. And when you consider the markets that the Pittsburgh region, is competing with, the major markets like Chicago, Dallas, New York, that ranking as number 7 is a real indication of the strength in the real estate market. Moody's recently rated the commercial real estate market in Pittsburgh the number 1 market in the country. So all things being considered, you know, the region is really stepping out in front in terms of competing against other regions in terms of job creation and investment.
And with only a few seconds left, yes. How's the pipeline look for 2009? And
yeah, pipeline is it's slowing a little bit, which can be expected. You know, we saw announcements at the end of the year tail off. January, February, we started to see things pick up in terms of interest, companies coming into Pittsburgh, continuing to look at opportunities here. So the good news, the publicity, and why we need to share this message about the opportunities in Pittsburgh is because there is still investment capital. There is still investment that's going to happen. Money is going to move. We want to make sure that Pittsburgh is on everyone's radar screen. Excellent.
Well, that's the message from DeWitt Peart at the PRA. Tom Brown from Elliott. Now everybody knows who Elliott is.
Just good.
Thanks a lot.
It's about time.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
all right.
Thanks.
Next up, the gateway to the West gets a new gateway to Western Europe and the world. Stay with us.